कोई आया है घर पे, बच्चा अच्छा नाचता है, नाच के दिखाओ was the first
Yeah.
introduction to dance.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the chapter 2 of 5678. I am really very excited for today's chapter because I have an extremely dear friend today who's here as a guest, and I've known her for like more than what? Um 10 years now. Yeah, no? 7
Yeah,
years?
yeah,
Almost like.
7.
Yeah, we'll discuss that later. So I'm very excited, and she's one of my favorite dancers. And like we've kind of like started our professional, like industry dance journey together, like kind of. And I'm very excited. And as I had mentioned in the previous episode, which we were doing with Rashi, that the meaning of 5678 is very simple. It's basically a count that dancers, choreographers, teachers, students give before you start dancing or start doing a routine or a choreography or a step. So the idea is to just understand that what has been that 5, 6, 7, 8 moment of your life, like before you started dancing, before you started you realized that dancing is something very special to you. Like, what was that pre moment? Like, that 5, 6, 7, 8 moment of your life. And please tell us something about yourself. How did you start dancing? And yeah, please tell us.
Hi, firstly, thank you so much, YASHASWEE, for doing this and for having me here. I am delighted to be a part of everything that you do, especially this, because I know how much dance means to you
Yeah.
and to all of the people you are going to call,
Yeah.
including me.
Yes.
So, yeah, glad to be here. Something about me, I started dancing per se from childhood itself, like
Who
all the
know your
other
name?
dance. My name is Anvesha.
Great. Hmm.
My name is Anvesha, and I am a Maharashtrian, a Bharatanatyam Maharashtrian dancer. And so I'll just dive into how I started dancing.
Yeah.
So dancing was something that was introduced, not technically introduced, but yeah,
Hmm.
socially introduced.
Hmm.
Uh, Ganpati dancing and regular Garba dancing,
Yeah.
etc. It was not structured, but कोई आया है घर पे, बच्चा अच्छा नाचता है, नाच के दिखाओ was the first
Yeah.
introduction to dance.
Yes.
And so I developed, my mom actually thought that I have that thing in me to dance. So she was thinking for a long time till I was in the fifth standard to put me in a proper dance class. Uh, so I was introduced to Bharatanatyam first, actually a little later than what actual Bharatanatyam dancers, teachers suggest the kids to be in. So
Yeah.
first standard, that is 6 years of age approximately, is when ideally you should start dancing
Hmm.
and start learning, so that grasping power is the max when you are, younger.
Correct.
So technically, I started very late,
Hmm.
and my friend's mom, who used to stay next to us, was very instrumental in getting her daughter and me to the dance class and getting us back, etc. So technical introduction to dance class was then, and I learned from Bharatanjali Nrityalaya from Rohini Singhi ji. She's my guru.
Yeah.
And initial initial 7 years of training was in Bharatanjali Nrityalaya.
Hmm.
And then I started doing freelance shows, freelance dancing with Miss and with other gurus as well. I was blessed to learn from Shri Vaibhava Rekar sir, who's a very big name again in Bharatanatyam, and for bits and pieces.
Hmm.
And our teacher has been very generous to send out her students to all the other eminent gurus to learn.
Yeah.
So that was my experience for Bharatanatyam. And apart from that, I'm also a folk dancer. I'm also a Garba dancer. I think that's how we also met in
Yes.
a school.
Yeah.
So SSGD is something, Sony School of Garba Dance, founded by Jigar Soni and Surat Soni, where my Garba dancing began. I used to, honestly speaking, not dance Garba before this.
Yeah.
So proper Garba training happened in SSGD.
Hmm.
And apart from that, schools में folk dance में competitions में participate करना, वहाँ पे सीखना, वहाँ पे prizes जीतना, that was very
Yeah.
enthusiastic.
Of course.
So that's how my journey has been.
Yes. So you mentioned about learning Bharatanatyam. Firstly, it is pronounced as Bharatanatyam and not Bharatnatyam, right? So that also I've learned from you. So coming back to what I was saying, that did you ever, like when you were learning, did you ever feel that you also need to learn the Western forms to be relevant? Did you ever feel like that? Because I feel because I myself have learned a classical form for a few years in my life, and I do realize that there are many classical dancers, but then somewhere that line of classical and Western, starts broadening in a way. So, did you ever feel that you have to learn? Like, did you feel the need or the pressure that you need to know some Western form in order to be relevant?
Hmm, I would honestly say no, because the more in depth you are in the
Yeah.
art form that you're practicing, I think you realize that how vast is that art form,
Yes.
that you don't need any other, you know, uh, how do I put it, outer these things to give you validation that this is not enough for you
Yeah.
to learn.
True that.
So I think in my case, I was very clear that I have to do Bharatanatyam.
Yeah.
I love doing everything else that is,
Yeah.
I do not like the term semi-classical to be
Yeah.
precise, because classical cannot be semi, is what I have the perception of. So
Yes.
I might call it what cinematic choreography or Bollywood
Mm.
choreography to
Yeah.
term it in that sense.
Good.
But I love doing that as well. So it's
Yeah.
something different. And Western styles, I honestly have not tried, but I would love to try. Every form has its own beauty.
Yeah.
But in terms of the compulsion that comes that I have to learn something
Yeah.
else, no, that
No.
was not in case.
Yeah. No, I think that that's really very interesting to know because, and of course, as dancers, we will always respect every art form, every form of dance, like because we know there's so much beauty in everything.
Correct.
But do you feel that today's the generation, I mean, not that we are very old, but what I mean is that, today's like younger, like who are maybe 5, 6 years younger to us, do you
Hmm.
feel कि उनको उनको ये लगता है that probably Western form is the only Instagrammable, relable form of dancing? And do you feel that they try to only cater to that? Like, do you feel that the awareness of the need to learn, to train, to be in a school, to be in a class for a couple of hours, learn, note down, do a homework, practice, the school that we come from, do you feel that that is missing in the kids and in the parents as well?
So I'm going to little bit deviate from this.
Yeah.
So I forgot to mention that I have my own dance class, which
Yes.
is Aradhi
Going to
for
go to
kids.
that, but I love the
Yeah. So
self-promotion.
why I have brought this here is I get a lot of inquiries
Yeah.
from parents
Hmm.
asking, uh, ठीक है, मतलब आपका syllabus and all is fine. How many reels do you shoot in a month for the class for your Instagram? Uh,
Yeah.
I always stumble upon what to answer,
Yeah.
because the art right now has become those 30 seconds, 1 minute of Instagrammable thing that you can do.
I agree.
That's it. And honestly speaking, any of the classical form. be it music, be it dance, be it instrument, anything. The initial 2 minutes go to bring that flavor of that particular composition that you're performing.
Absolutely.
Just the beginning of 2 minutes.
Yeah.
How can that 1.5, 2 minutes do justice to what you have been learning for
Yeah.
so many years? So I think that is something which is happening not very much in favor of our art form.
Yeah.
But uh, being a little, optimistic about the Instagram world and etc.
Yeah.
I think every artist should be able to, show their presence in terms of their creativity and adapting to today's world,
Yeah.
even if whatever art form you're performing. It is
Agree.
not possible to bring out everything in those 1.5, 2 minutes, but you can give a gist of what it is and why should this generation, why should, as you said, 5, 6 years younger
Yeah.
people, I don't want to sound very
Yeah.
older.
Yeah.
So yeah, how can you attract that generation? And not in terms of getting, a lot of admissions to your class or your whatever workshops you do,
Hmm.
but to promote your own art form. If
Yeah.
I am learning it, I am very satisfied, I am very happy doing it. Why not share that happiness with others?
Agreed.
Only for that reason. I think everybody, all the artists, even I am learning, I am not that active
Yeah.
for posting videos and being up to mark in according to the Instagram
Yeah.
norms.
Yeah.
I am also developing that, and I think every artist should do that because
True.
that's what keeping up with the world, with the generation is. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I so agree with everything that you said. और मुझे ऐसा भी लगता है that Instagram, no matter what, is a great platform for anybody and everyone to show what you have. I think it gives all of us an equal opportunity, to do that. And as you said, I do believe that, but it doesn't mean that you use it the way everybody else uses it. Like I know for a matter of fact that the two of us, especially, like I can speak for us, that we are not one of those dancers, who'll be like, oh, this is the new song, let's make a reel. We have to like,
absolutely.
but it doesn't mean that that is wrong, and it also
Yeah,
doesn't mean that the ones who do that are wrong. It's, I
yeah.
think, what you want to use that medium for. And so connecting to that, I wanted to ask you that how, like, so now there is a different set of category, if I can say that. Now there are some professional dancers, who do shows, who do events, who do shoots. And then there are also some dancers, who've created a world of their own on Instagram. They've come out from Instagram, and they're amazing. There are some who
Yeah.
are like, who are so good, and people have actually started loving their work. So do you feel that you require different skill sets to cater to these two different mediums? Do you feel that, like, I sometimes face that issue, like when I'm doing a shoot, I feel like I'm a dancer, but when I am, catering to audiences online, or when I'm doing something on Instagram, मुझे ऐसा feel होता है कि I need to up my game. I need to be more attractive. I need to like look good, all those things. Like, what do you feel? Like, do you need, because you yourself, you do shoots, you do shows, you do classes, you've been in every aspect of teaching and being a teacher and a dancer and a performer. What do you think about this?
I think the possibilities of
Yeah.
making a career and learning and up, like you said, upping your game, the
Yeah.
possibilities have been immense right now
Yeah.
with Instagram, with Twitter, with everything that's coming up.
Yeah.
And I am sure there are many more which we are not aware of.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think even shooting one particular reel for the Instagram and shooting one particular video. So I'll talk about how in Bharatanatyam, if we are applying for a performance, right now nobody is going to come and sit and watch, right? Physically, your performance to
Yeah.
audition you. So
Mm.
what we do is we send a video. So initially it used to be a tripod standy video, and right now as time has passed, people have been so creative in making those videos.
Yeah.
How you can mix two genres and how you can
Yeah.
portray both of Nritta, Abhinaya aspects. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's amazing.
Yes.
I mean, that kind of attitude should be there in everything that you do. How you mix and create that amalgamation of
Yeah.
correct portion of everything that you are learning and
I,
you have in.
hmm.
So I think yeah, that is important and that is a must everybody
Yeah.
should do.
Yeah. So you mean that creativity is something which is like it's irrespective whatever you're doing, creativity has to be there, and that's fair. Like अभी ना एक
Correct.
ऐसी सिनेमा के लिए भी ऐसा बोलते हैं बहुत बार कि कंटेंट इज किंग. अभी वो चाहे वो ओटीटी पे आए या थिएटर्स में आए या आपके रील में आए. And that is true. Like if there is something that is good, I think it is not going to be like वो box नहीं हो जाएगा because of its medium. And
Correct.
that is very interesting. Um, so please tell us about your Hira Mandi experience. Like you've worked as a dancer for Hira Mandi and you were also a part of the flash mob which they used and created to announce the season 2. Like how
Yeah.
was that experience? Like how did you feel? Because if I'm not wrong, this is your first Sanjay Leela Bansali sir's
Yes.
experience also, right? So how did you feel
Yes.
when you got the call, when you were on the set? Like how has it been like?
Grand is the word.
Yeah,
Everything that I have done there is grand.
yeah,
Be it dancing, be it costumes, and Sanjay Leela Bansali. Dude, I mean, when I first got to know, so you might know, for those of you who are seeing and who might not know, whenever we audition or whenever we are called, we do not know what project we are going to work on.
correct.
Until and unless we go there and practice and we come to know from the choreographers and
Yeah,
we are briefed. So, as usual, I got a call. Kruti Mahesh Didi's shoot is there. And ऐसा ऐसा है जनरल कुछ भी पता नहीं है अभी तक.
yeah,
And then, because the coordinator is, have has been in contact with me, he
yeah,
just mentioned that Bhansali sir ka shoot. And I was like, so I am also working. I full time work in an IT company,
yeah,
and I was like, oh my god, I at no cost want to miss this opportunity.
yeah.
I am going to talk to anybody and everybody who is there in my office to let me go for this
Yeah.
opportunity, however longer, however longer it is. But I want to go. See, you can
You
see
can
the
see your
excitement. My
excitement,
face is
yeah.
also like, yeah. So, I went there, and luckily and this is I don't know, this is very I feel it is a divine blessing for me.
Yeah,
Everything falls in place whenever I get an opportunity, and I should not even say I get an opportunity. It is given by
yeah,
uh, the Supreme One. So I got a Friday, Saturday, Sunday schedule wala opportunity wherein I had just had to take a Friday off.
Friday off. Yeah. I
And
remember.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. And I reached morning schedule. I reached in the morning, and I was just awestruck with everything that was happening there. So we've done shoots otherwise,
Yeah,
and shooting set is not new, but Bansali sir ka set is something which creates that excitement and energy in you. So
yeah,
we all were like, क्या करना है, क्या है, ये है, वो है. And I'll tell you, for Sakal Ban. So I was in Sakal Ban and one more song, Azadi. But for Sakal Ban, which is a bigger dancing chunk
yeah.
that is there, um, some girls were performing and practicing, I think 2-3 days back as well. And I was the one as a wild card entry, le liya hai types. So
Yeah.
I directly came on the set and I had no clue what is going on.
Yeah.
And there were some more along with me who were, being called on the same day. So I came and I saw and I kind of learned the choreography then and there. Got Fatafat got ready also. And so if you see, there is a quadrangle, quadruple कुछ तो बुलाते थे वो लोग वो
Yeah.
And then there was a marble thing. So we were on the marble because I am not a Bharatanatyam, I'm not a Kathak dancer. I am
Wow.
a Bharatanatyam dancer. So Kathak से कुछ लेना देना नहीं है, but थोड़ा बहुत मैनेज कर पाते हैं. इसीलिए मार्बल पे ही ठीक थे हम लोग. But there is one shot where
Yeah.
Richa Chadha is introduced for the first time. And that just one line, Gori Karata Shringar. And I was just next to Richa Chadha and I was so excited. And just one moment where Sanjay sir told me and the one. So we were supposed to be back to back and reveal her
Yeah.
and do that step and reveal her. So he just, that is the only conversation I've had with him. Conversation भी नहीं बोल सकते हैं. That is the one line
Correct.
he just told me. आप यहाँ से आओगे, आप यहाँ से आओगे, and you will cross. That's it. I was like, बस हो गया. इतना ही चाहिए था मुझे.
Yeah.
सफल हो गया मेरा यहाँ पे आना.
It was amazing.
So because it was amazing, and his energy and his presence on the set, everything, and the set itself, oh my God, everything is in such detailed, best of the capacity of Sanjay Leela Bhansali, I should say.
Yeah.
The costumes were amazing. Everything was grand and everything was real. It was not looking like a set. It was
Yeah.
real. You are in that particular zone when you are on that set. So it was great. Amazing.
So, one of the reels I had shared, shorts I had shared on YouTube, and it was about Sakalban. And you won't believe that there were so many people commenting, on the reel that the background dancers are amazing. Oh, the background dancers are dancing so well. Oh, they are so talented. Like there were so many comments like that. And when I read that, I realized that I think Sanjay sir's film, series, work, music, dance is a place where, the dancers are not just dancers, but they are also dancers, like
Yeah,
it is a character. Like those dancers are not just filling up spaces. It is important. And I think in
absolutely.
the Hindi film industry, we know that, Anvesha, that there are so many people whose lives have been made here, and it is not easy. And I don't understand, if you either you are a part of a song as an actor or as a dancer, like I don't know why is it not a big deal equally? Because I feel that it is equally difficult. I don't think it's easy. I've done a lot of work, you've done a lot of work. And it is, and after doing, after also being very fortunate to have been a part of this, I realized that people should also respect dancers in general. I don't think that they are background dancers or junior dancers. I don't know. It is just they are people who know art. They are
Absolutely.
people who do. We know how many takes we've taken. We know that we've learned all the steps just before the take. And it was so interesting to do that. And I think
Yeah,
amazing. And that's why, exactly why I want to, deviate to this question that do you feel that, today, of course, हम जो भी रील्स बनाते हैं डांस करते हैं जो भी करते हैं सी द म्यूजिक इज कमिंग फ्रॉम द इंडस्ट्री राइट देयर आर इंडिपेंडेंट आर्टिस्ट्स हु इज गोइंग टू मेक दोज म्यूजिक बट मेनली हम लोग बहुत ज्यादा सिनेमा ड्रिवन है हिंदी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री ड्रिवन है हमारा म्यूजिक नाच गाना वहीं से आता है सो डू यू फील जब भी फॉर एग्जाम्पल सकलबन लेट्स टॉक अबाउट सकलबन जब सकलबन सॉन्ग रिलीज हुआ पूरा इंस्टाग्राम पागल हो गया था एंड एवरीबडी was only in their mujra outfits and everybody is dancing to Sakal Ban and that is it and I feel like
जहाँ सब जगह से फूल आ रहे थे तरह तरह
अरे
के.
पूरा मेरा इंस्टाग्राम येलो है पूरा इंक्लूडिंग मी इंक्लूडिंग एवरीवन सब येलो है बट डू यू फील that उस चीज को करने के चक्कर में कहीं ना कहीं उस गाने का उस because I myself am an aspiring actor, so मुझे ये चीज personally बहुत hurt करती है, that you can't आप किसी भी एक visual को ना आप छोटा करके Instagram पे नहीं put up कर सकते, like I cannot just define Sakalban as a trending song and put it on Instagram. ये मैंने मेरी लास्ट उसमें भी कहा था कि कोई तो कुछ तो पैकेजिंग चल रहा है कोई कंपनी का कपड़े का, उसमें बैकग्राउंड में शकरबंद चल रहा है. I'm like, क्यों? You know? But I feel
See,
that this
and
entire concept of, trending song or being trending, I feel like sometimes, don't you think, just takes away from the beauty of the song? Like, विदा करो मुझे गाना बहुत अच्छा लगता है, but वो गाना बस अब गाना नहीं है, वो ट्रेंडिंग गाना है. It's a trending.
yeah,
So do you feel that the
जाने में भी
lines of,
विदा करो है तो फिर
do you feel that the lines of a, a, a music, and I'm talking in terms to dancing only here, I'm not involving other things. Do you feel that the lines between a dance or a music or a piece of art that you see in a film, in a series, on OTT, whatever, just sometimes uska charm, uh, and I've lost you and I've got you again. Thanks. उसका चार्म या उसका, हाँ, चार्म कम हो जाता है. Do you feel that people only look at it as a trending song and then that's it, and put up a workshop and earn 20,000 and go home? Is that the only meaning today? I don't know.
yeah. I think for us as artists, as dancers, this is very natural to come in our minds.
Yeah.
But for somebody who, I think, what I would like to say is somebody who is seeing Instagram as their business, they are only going to think of how the algorithm is going to push their content the most.
Hmm.
So that naturally comes, and I think this is the gimmick used by many of them.
Yeah.
For XYZ, this things. Loophole है एक, शायद किसी को, I mean, um, that's serving their purpose. So
Yeah.
nothing
Fair enough.
wrong per se in that, but yes, the essence of that song is gone. मतलब exactly ये देख के ऐसा लगता है कि खाना बना रहे हो उसमें क्या शक्ल बनता है, वो एक हो जाता है. Because you should know that there should be a little respect from your side for
Yeah.
the song. कोई भी song हो, कोई भी genre का song हो,
Yeah.
there should be, that respect given to that composer, that artist who is
Yeah.
singing, and to the whole of the team.
Yeah.
And your bit of showing that respect is keeping it in its sane form, in its original form,
Yeah. That's
and
really put.
not just attaching it anywhere and everywhere that
Agree.
serves your purpose.
I agree. I so agree to
I
it.
think, yeah.
Yeah.
तो वर्कशॉप्स को लेके मेरा थोड़ा अलग एस्पेक्ट है सोचने का. I have some different opinion on workshops. Workshops are great for people who are, who have taken a long break from dancing, who are not dancing regularly but want to keep in touch with dance. Going for a 2-hour workshop and just dancing is amazing. But the intent of making reels, and firstly, art being called as content, वो बहुत ही जोर का चुभता है. And um, so yeah, going for workshops to make reels should not be your
Yeah.
how do I say? I mean, there can be different opinion about this also, that
Yeah.
um, it is okay, you're being in form and you want to do that, you want to grow your Instagram or whatever it is. But I don't want to sound diplomatic. I am very firm on this thing that going to a workshop to make reels should not be your motive.
The only
Your
mo
motive, yeah, the only motive, yeah, absolutely. So making reels amazing, making dance videos amazing, but the purpose should be of your enjoyment and your connect with dancing, and just dancing, even if there are no cameras.
Yeah.
I feel that's it about the workshops.
I do agree. I do agree. Like, what I feel is that also, I mean, because even I try to conduct workshops, because you try to go with what everybody is doing. Like, it's like, today people want workshops more than classes.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
I do agree that the intent to learn has like it's very little now. It's
Correct.
completely agree. Do you feel that today a trained dancer versus a very famous dancer who's not necessarily very trained but is good? You can probably think of options in your head but not say it to anybody. What do you feel like? Who do you think holds more value in terms of their art form? Like a person who's probably learned a particular form for maybe 15, 20 years, and a person who's maybe has 15, 20,000 followers on Instagram. I also know that it's very subjective. Like not every dancer who's trained is wanting that Instagram fame. I think हर एक का अपना subjective वो भी है. Like I don't think you are, of course, एक रील वायरल हो गई नाम बन गया is a different thing, but I don't think you are one of those dancers who's only craving for that validation. Ki nahi, I'll only feel validated if I have so many followers on Instagram. But do you feel like in a class, if I'm going for somebody's workshop, if a Kathak workshop, say, I am trained for 6 years in Kathak, and but then there's some other girl who's like, she's like full Instagrammable, like she's an amazing dancer, but is very famous. Do you feel that the world looks at the two of them with the same eyes, binoculars, or it's different?
Not at all. It is very different.
Yeah.
Very different. If you are famous, famous in Instagram world, I think you are going to get that hooting and that support and that fame in everything that you do, be it however it is. If it is a little okay, sure, if it is amazing. But being a trained dancer, खुद को ऐसे आजकल यही मैं सोचती हूँ कि खुद को दिलासा दे दो कि आपने अच्छा किया है. That validation is more than enough than anybody else's validation. And
Yeah.
there are people who give you constructive feedbacks who
Yeah.
are genuinely giving it to you for your own good. Might be your dance friends, might be your gurus, might be your mentors, whoever it is. But um, so taking that also in a positive way is important. But at the same time, you don't need those views and comments and thousands of followers for you to know that you are a good dancer.
Yeah. Like that is not the definition of you being a good dancer. If it happens, it's
Absolutely.
great. Of course, it's good for you. You reach out to more people. But like just keeping that into consideration and thinking, I remember there have been times, when I've had both experiences where, there have been people who've come for my class, and probably there are only 4 or 5 people, or just four, or just three, in the workshop, or just 4 people. And they were very supportive because they don't care about the number of people and all of that. But then there have been, some who've registered for the class and who've ended up not coming because they got to know that there are only 4 people in the class.
Hmm.
Because they want to be in a place where it's happening and, like there are like 50 dancers and you have to dance like that. Is they okay with that though? But, and that, like sometimes that would hurt me that, okay, all right, then this is great. Um,
Yeah.
who is that? I'm sure there can be many, but in Bharatanatyam field, because I'm sorry, like I have no knowledge or I don't know a lot of dancers from that, form of classical dance. Um, who's that one Bharatanatyam dancer who you really admire? And like her body of work has, or his body of work has really like inspired you, or you want to learn from them, or I'm sure there might be somebody.
Yeah. So there are multiple of them.
Yeah, I'm sure. But
Multiple
you
of,
one or
yeah.
two.
But I think Meera Srinarayanan, she is a young dancer from Guruvayur, Kerala. The way she has worked on herself with various teachers and the way she thinks and the way she puts her heart in her choreographies and brings out life in her guru's choreographies
Hmm.
is something which is I think I've not seen it anywhere, नहीं बोल सकते, but I've I've been very much inspired by that. And how she's a God's child, absolutely a God's child. I mean, you should. I have genuinely. I think I've told you also many a times, and
Mhm.
I've been putting all my non-Bharatanatyam friends
Yeah.
कि please आओ और ये देखो.
Yeah.
This is something beyond this world. The way she portrays
Hmm.
even little things and with such detailing and such thought process. I mean, so the more you see choreographies and performances, the
Yeah.
more you realize that, आप कुछ तोड़ नहीं रहे हो जीवन में.
I
I
agree.
mean, it brings you down. It brings you down to
Yeah.
earth. मतलब
And
ऐसे
you need that.
नीचे नहीं उड़ना चाहिए.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Meera is one, and of course, Vaibhav Arekar sir.
Hmm.
He is amazing in again whatever he does, and I, as I mentioned earlier, I have got the opportunity to learn in small durations from sir,
Yeah.
and it has been again a divine opportunity, and I thank my guru for letting me, for introducing me to sir and letting me go and learn from him. So that was again, a divine opportunity. Meera ka definitely, I can go on and on and on, and this time slot will not be enough for me to talk about her
I
energy,
yeah.
her charisma, her everything that she does. It's amazing.
It's beautiful. Like the way we say this for films, that you cannot replace a theater experience with OTT or an Instagram reel, it's the same. I don't think,
Absolutely.
no matter, even if you make like a 5-minute long video on Instagram, nothing can replace the humanness of performing live, being on stage. And because you have also danced on stage so much, I have done that so much. And the way even you're talking about your guru being your guiding force, her being, and I'm sure she has been supportive, because you already mentioned her so many times being so supportive. I can see it even without you saying it. So I think that the guru shishya रिलेशन, वो जो एक भावना होती है, वो जो एक फीलिंग होता है, वो कहीं ना कहीं मुझे कभी कभी लगता है कि हाँ, इट गोज अवे, इफ नॉट गोज अवे, बट उसका जो इम्पोर्टेंस है एक डांसर और एक आर्टिस्ट के लाइफ में, कहीं ना कहीं वो कम होने लगता है, विद ऑल्सो विद सो मेनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज एंड एक्सपोजर एट योर हैंड. It is like that. Who is your um like just choreographers you love, from the industry, like jinka calm body of work style you love, like anybody from today, from the past, like choreographers you love, and probably for you, like you think that they've designed dancing in Bollywood in a way, because I'm sure there are many who've done that.
Absolutely. Industry, I would say I am not that well versed with the
Yeah.
choreographers in the industry. I just know people who I have worked with. That is Kruti Mahesh, Vaibhavi Merchant, and from the earlier times, of course, Saroj.
She,
So Saroj Khan ji, I think, you know, I just remember. I think even Rashi, right?
yeah, Rashi.
Yeah, Rashi had mentioned this, and I have same experience that I
Yeah,
had a neighbor. I have the exact same experience. I have a neighbor. We used to come. We used to वो 5 बजे को कुछ शो आता था and सरोज खान जी का, and there were these two dancers
yeah,
and वो उनको सिखाते थे, and then there was a performance, and I still remember that मोरनी बागामा बोले वाला choreography still
yeah.
till now, the precision and everything that she does, it was commendable. And I am really, feel that I missed that chance of just once dancing in front of,
Same.
and just मतलब वो बस मुझे देखे बस और मैं उनको
Yeah,
देखूं.
yeah, yeah.
Just one.
I so
One
relate.
second, one second.
Yeah, it's okay. So Saroj Khan was the school I was in. She used to live in the opposite building, and her grandchildren were in my school. And because I used to be like in the dance team and all that, I have taught her grandchildren. We were two girls, and I used to teach them. So I also remember her coming for one of our events in school, and she was sitting right in the center, and I was in the center, and I was dancing in front of her. But of course, at that time, you don't know what who she is in literal sense. And I feel like, see, I'm not just saying that this comes only from when you're choreographing or you're dancing for cinema or films. Choreographers in general, because there are choreographers apart from only for films, like for events, shows, dancers in general who run dance classes, you do that. But you know, the purity and the ability to, you know, bring out choreography from life itself, you know, from moments, like from life, like, you know, breathing life into your steps and making it so believable. Like when Madhuri Dixit does Chane Ke Khet Mein, you believe those steps. There's some life, there's some character to it. And I feel that ability, I feel so sad that we'll never be able to see that. Not that there are not good choreographers now, I'm not saying that. But she was something else, yeah. It's crazy. And I feel very lucky that we have that awareness that she was somebody very, very special. Who
Correct.
are like, you know, because there are so many people around you, you've done so much work. Who are your like favorite five dancers who you really love and enjoy dancing? Can be from any field, anything, like just your five favorite dancers.
Yeah. So Meera ka, definitely.
Sure. We should do another episode just on her, I think.
I do not mind.
Yeah, we should.
Please. So yeah, Meera ka, Meera Srinarayan.
Yeah.
From she's a Bharatanatyam dancer from Kerala.
Hmm.
Then Vaibhav sir definitely,
Yeah.
and Pooja Pant, Pooja Tai, who's a Kathak dancer,
Yeah.
and she just glides. मतलब पैर के नीचे बटर है ऐसा.
But
I'm a fan of her dance, fan.
love.
So Pant Tai, and okay, I have to now think and answer.
Take your time.
Yeah, I need that time because there are so many, and you know, in no particular order again.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
But yeah, Meera ka always.
Number one, for sure.
Yeah. And okay, I named three, right? Teju Tai,
Yeah,
definitely.
she's too good.
She, yeah, she's also cute, and she's
Lovely.
yeah, precision again. You
Yeah.
know, so for us, for all the classical dancers, I feel precision.
Yeah,
अगर हो ना तो मतलब आहा ओहो तो
amazing.
निकलता ही है
I
निकलता.
so agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And um and Yashaswee Gandhi, yes, definitely.
That's
And
it,
not because you
guys.
have called me here, not because you have called me here, not because I am on Yashaswee Gandhi's channel of 5, 6, 7, 8, Dance for Y
Yeah.
and this segment, but genuinely, I really, really like dancing to your choreographies. O Angrez is my favorite. And you know it because I've been posting it everywhere so many times. So
Thank you.
there's there's a fine line between, as you said, getting that life to your steps and doing it. You are doing it not because that is a choreography, you're doing it because you're feeling that thing. And there's a push from the choreography that you get. There's
Yeah.
a little assist, that choreography is assisting you to feel that, is
And
what I can say. So O Rangrez is a beautiful choreography by you, and I'll keep doing it till eternity, I feel.
I'm doing
And
for
so
wedding.
yeah.
Rather, you do it for your wedding. Either or, we'll
Yes.
see.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Um, Before we end, I just want to ask you that last year, NMAC was launched, and you got that beautiful opportunity to be a part of that opening, which stands for our art culture and just the fact that she's trying to bring the world together for art and theater and acting and everything. How was it to be a part of that? I'm sure it was amazing.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. That was another grand thing that happened
Yeah.
in terms of dancing. And actually, um, so I had got this opportunity to be in the ad shoot that they, keep running in the
Yeah.
NMACC, the whole space, the Geo World Center. So again, we didn't know what it was about and etc. And तभी NMACC शायद नाम भी नहीं था,
Okay.
I think. And then मतलब इतना मतलब NMACC हाँ होगा कुछ जियो का something ऐसा. Nobody knew it was Neeta Mukesh Ambani Cultural Center, and it is going to be this big. So we were rehearsing Vaibhavi Merch for the first time. I have worked with her for that ad shoot, and she again is somebody who's, uh, you know, wants everything to the T.
Yeah.
So it was amazing that particular ad shoot was amazing. So that was the first time I saw the grand theater and danced on that stage, and it is actually grand. The word grand is definition for that particular space.
Yeah.
So, and matlab, I have never been out of India, so
Yeah.
I have never seen such big auditoriums, opera types,
Yeah.
bada auditoriums, right?
Yeah.
So it was huge, it was humongous, and they had all these people, you know artists who were sitting as audience, and the whole uh, space was filled with people, and it was even more overwhelming for us to see एक तो इतना बड़ा auditorium, उसमें इतने सारे लोग filled and clapping for you. That was staged, of course. They were supposed to be clapping for the shot, but that turning into a reality where there's actual audience who has come to see you for C2N. It was out of the world, out of the world. The amount of mehnat every single artist has taken for that show, be it lights, be it choreographers, dancers, production people, everybody.
Yeah.
It and the energy. I think there were some hundreds of dancers from different teams.
Yeah.
I think we ourselves were only approximately 100 from Team VM
Yeah.
and more. The energy and the so I'll tell you, I'm going to take 2 more minutes of you for this. So I'll tell you the Ganpati first act, which was Ganpati.
Yes.
I had one section wherein the thali section, wherein actually there are many, many, many things happening in Ganpati, and this flag ka section hai, wherein the guys are doing the flag section and the girls are doing thali section. That is the only section जहाँ पे थोड़ा रश कम है.
Hmm.
There are only 10, 15
Yeah.
dancers, and the rest is the seat.
Yeah.
So ये हो रहा है, and I was in the center, thankfully, and the amount of energy that space has and that space gives you is tremendous and bliss.
I think the people don't realize the power of stage. The the divinity and the purity of being on a stage it's beautiful.
Absolutely, absolutely. And to add to this, we also got an opportunity to do the same C2N section, some of it. for the IOC, International Olympic Committee show that happened when Narendra Modi ji had come to NMACC, and the president of the International Olympic Committee was also there.
Yeah.
And to add on to it, um, stars like Shah Rukh Khan, Alia Bhatt, Deepika Padukone, Ranbir Kapoor, all of those people were sitting.
Yeah.
And there's one section, so I was coming to this, 30 seconds का पूरा section रहेगा जिसमें सिर्फ 5 seconds where I am standing in the center and the बाकी सब चल रहा है आजू बाजू and I'm just doing this with the thali and running out.
Yeah.
So that particular thing, and everybody in front of me, I was like, बस.
Yeah. It's
इसके बाद मुझे पेमेंट मत दो चलेगा.
I was sure, please think and watch this.
प्लीज प्लीज अगर कोई देख रहा है C2N वाले, प्लीज पेमेंट तो दे दो, बट ऐसे भावना थी मेरी.
No, I think some moments are too special.
Yeah, and dancing next to anime itself was a big thing.
Beautiful.
So overall, the experience was grand in itself.
Yes. So I'm just as a friend, as a fellow dancer, as a fellow whatever, I don't know, but I'm just so proud of you, and I'm so grateful that you are getting to experience all this, because I think it is important and it is equally as beautiful as, just doing a normal job. Normal, I mean like a day-to-day job, but you are on the other hand, you're doing both. You're experiencing that and you're also following your passion, which in itself is a very big um thing, and I think that is great. And just before we end, just please tell us that where can we find you and your dance classes on Instagram, and just throw some light on what are you trying to do with that, and what is your intention with your dance class, and just whatever you would like to say about your dance class.
Yeah. So I think I'm known more from my Instagram name than my original name,
Yes.
which is ANVESHA CHURI. But my Instagram name is Chaha Ani Bharat's Kahi.
Please, what does that
Uh,
mean?
yeah. So chai or bahut kuch is the translation of that. It is in Marathi.
Interesting.
And it is inspired from Coffee and Bharat's Kai movie. But I do not like coffee. I'm caffeine allergic, so I
I
drink
thought
a lot of
coffee with Karan is what you're going to say. That's interesting.
no, no
Okay.
offense. Beautiful show, but not inspired. Like, definitely. So yeah. Um. So I am caffeine allergic. So chaha is something which is very dear to me. Chahani Baraska is my handle, and I post everything that I do on that in terms of every all. I am not a person who is, as I mentioned earlier, very active. You'll get all my life updates there. No, but yeah, whatever I do apart from Bharatanatyam, not just pure Bharatanatyam, but folk and, like I mentioned, Bollywood choreographies and some work that I do with artists, with choreographers in industries, etc. I keep posting there, so you can follow me there. And Aradhyam is my Bharatanatyam dance classes that I've started for all age groups, especially for young kids who want to, get introduced, learn
Yes.
the art form, and be a part of my journey, and let me be a part of your journey. So
Beautiful.
that's what Aradhyam is all about, and you can follow me there to get updates about my class and have a sneak peek of what we do in class, which I am not currently doing, but I am very much inspired to do it and keep up to date with the Instagram
Yes.
this thing algorithm को थोड़ा प्रे करके कि मेरा भी थोड़ा कर लो.
Please, guys,
So yeah,
enroll now. And if you really want to learn true, authentic, beautiful Bharatanatyam, you should really join our Aradhyam. I'm not saying it just because Anvesha is my friend. Possibly also that, but she's amazing. And I think that she's going to push you to do everything. And I think that's very important. So thank you so much, Anvesha. We just want you to leave us with a beautiful. I'm expecting the answer to be a little beautiful and philosophical.
Right.
You think about this one performance or anything like shoots, shows, class, performance, and just that moment right before, you're in your green room, you're in the backstage, and you're just about to make that entry. What do you feel at that time? Like, what are those feelings like? What is it like? Is it a feeling of, that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life? What is that feeling? Like the backstage feeling in the stomach when you're sitting in the green room about to enter. What do you experience?
Definitely flutters, butterflies. Everybody has it.
Yeah.
Be it a dancer, be it anybody who is back.
Yeah.
But I think what I feel always is I have this little thing that I do before I go on stage
Yeah.
is firstly thanking the universe, thanking God, thanking my Sadguru for letting me be here in this space and letting me be a part of the audience's artistic journey, to be able to convey my art form and choosing me for that.
I
So
agree.
that is something I am extremely grateful for, to
Yes.
all of the things mentioned.
Yeah.
And there's a you know you need to contain the energy that is coming up backstage
Sure. I
and
agree. Yeah.
and put it in the correct way and
Yeah.
correct optimum energy
I
which is
agree.
required.
I
So
saw.
yeah, channeling that is important. That's all I do before I am entering the stage, and that's what I feel.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. And I think we're very blessed to be artists, to be dancers, to be able to be on stage. And thank you for sharing your journey, your experiences with us. And I hope and pray that God always guides you and showers you with such opportunities and everything else that you want. And meet me soon. So thank you so much, everybody. So, thank you so much, everybody, for joining in for our chapter 2 with Anvesha Churi. Please go and follow her, subscribe to her Instagram page, and just see how amazing she is. Keep watching, keep supporting, do subscribe to our channel. And with me, Anvesha, you just have to say 5, 6, 7, 8. Will you do that with me?
I will. I
Let's go.
definitely.
And 3, 2, 1, go.
5,
Five,
6.
6, 7, 8. Once more. And
Okay, I'm going to keep saying.
yeah,
You just, because it's going to be aage piche anyway.
let's go. And 3, 2, 1, action.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yay. Stay tuned for the next episode. And
Yay!
keep
Thank
dancing,
you.
keep smiling, stay safe, stay hydrated. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye, Anvisha. Thank you for joining.
Bye.
Bye bye.
You.
See you all.